Good morning, Monday morning, heading now to Petach Tikva to do a podcast interview with Eli Mandelbaum, then to Intelligo HQ, and having lunch with one of my favorite CEOs and a guy who's building a company that's incredibly interesting, Omri Shore from MediSafe. He's visiting Israel, and we're going to do steaks, so I'm super excited about that. It's going to be a great day. Let's do this. To Petach Tikva bright and early, got myself some parking. Heading now to Intelligo. The podcast interview with Eli Mandelbaum begins in about approximately 20 minutes. And then meeting Rachel from the Intelligo team and Shlomo, our fearless leader. And then heading to Tel Aviv to meet Omri Shore from MediSafe. It's going to be a pretty awesome day. I'm pretty excited about it. The weather, though, not great. Before the meeting begins, we have priorities in this place. Best book ever. Tools of Titans, especially the chapter on the Canvas strategy. Love that chapter. All right, we're starting. Who are you, sir?
Eli Mandelbaum with PluggedIn.
The one and only. This is like Mr. Conference in Israel. Which conferences do you put on?
Israel AdTech, Content Israel, and we're starting another one now called Sales Kennis.
Man, you're kicking butt. It's awesome. What's your background real quick? Where are you from?
From New York. Made Aliyah about 4 years ago from Teaneck to Chashmonaim. Been working for myself with PluggedIn, BD, a consulting firm focusing on conferences and roundtables, along with consulting for startups.
What's the website?
PluggedInBD.com.
Beautiful. How long do we know each other?
I grew up with your brothers in Hillcrest.
It's true.
That's going way back.
How old are you?
I'm 44.
Oh, so you're 1 year, Got it. Very cool. That's we're going to start this podcast now, and you can listen to it where?
You'll be able to find it on SoundCloud and iTunes under PluggedIn.
PluggedIn. Beautiful. Let's do this. We is done. How was it, dude?
It was great.
That was long. How long was it?
45 minutes.
45 minutes.
It could have gone on a little bit longer.
Do you think people have attention span to listen to a 45-minute podcast?
Yeah. But, you know, for the stuff that I'm doing, I'm focusing on helping, companies and entrepreneurs really focus on bettering themselves. Yeah, I think there's a lot of insight here.
How'd you like that life hack?
That was a good life. I would have started working on it today.
Great, man. All right, well, you can check out the podcast. I'm putting in the description below on YouTube and on Facebook. And thank you very much for having me, dude.
Anytime. It's been a pleasure.
Looking forward to listening to it. Fantastic morning at Intelligo HQ. Heading now to Meat Kitchen, an amazing restaurant I only recently discovered. Shout out to Becky from APAC who introduced me to this place, and meeting Omri Shore, who I have not seen in years and who has been kicking some serious tuchus lately. Signed the strategic partnership with Apple recently, and so many other big announcements from MediSafe. Incredible stuff. Very excited to catch up with him. Hopefully get him on video, although he is a pretty humble guy, so we'll have to twist some arms. Meat Kitchen, man. The food there, awesome. Okay, so let me just start by saying, let me turn off my notifications first. That's most important, because somehow they always ring when I'm on an interview. First of all, how was that steak? Most important, how was the steak?
The steak was absolutely awesome.
Bonkers awesome. Okay, I love this place. I only discovered it like 2 months ago. Okay, so let me just start off by saying as follows. One of the things that I'm doing, that I'm finding myself doing a lot, is speaking globally about Israeli tech. And the punchline of my talks is always, it's fantastic that Google and Facebook are here. It's fantastic that Benchmark and Sequoia and Excel and Lightspeed is pouring money into Israel, and Alibaba and all. It's all great. But what shows signs of maturity as far as an ecosystem is concerned? Impact tech. Tech that's actually making the world a better place. Tech that's saving lives, whether it's cancer research, whether it's bringing water to Africa, whether it's all kinds of cool stuff. And I have a whole list of companies that I talk about and that I mention as my punchline. As of today, there's another company in that list. It's called MediSafe. MediSafe.com, right?
Yep.
Okay. So we know each other probably for
6 years now.
6 years. You were the first, cohort in the Microsoft Accelerator, the first group. I was a mentor there.
Yep.
For some reason, I don't remember what happened yesterday, but I remember your presentation back then. It's amazing. You must have made a good impression. Who are you? What is MediSafe? Talk to me. What's your name?
Omri Shore.
Omri Shore.
Co-founder and CEO at MediSafe.
Right. And by the way, let me interrupt. I apologize in advance for all the interruptions. Super ADD. You'll forgive me, though. We go way back. Just want to say one thing before we even talk about you. I was in Silicon Valley a couple of weeks ago, you guys remember, and I went from meeting to meeting, meeting incredible people. It was actually, this is going to sound funny, but I mean it. It was so incredible I couldn't actually bring my camera. Like, they were on that level. I'm talking like execs at Apple, talking amazing VCs, like things that I could not get on camera. This guy made half those intros. Just kind of put that in context. All right, now, who are you?
It was a pleasure.
That was awesome.
Omri Shore, co-founder and CEO at MediSafe, started the company after my father, who is diabetic and hypertensive, accidentally overdosed on some medications. And we understood that managing your medications on a day-to-day basis is not an easy thing to do.
Not trivial
right?
at all. Right.
And only then when we joined the Microsoft Accelerator, we started doing some research, found out that 700,000 people a year suffer an emergency due to medication management. Would you believe that?
That's insane.
And 125,000 people a year die. That's one every 4 minutes.
Let me just clarify this in case you didn't understand what people that mismanage their medication, as in they miss taking a pill or they take too many pills, they forgot they took it, take it again. 125,000 people die from mismanagement of their pills.
Every
Insane.
year.
Wow.
Every year in the US alone. So we decided that we want to solve that. We want to solve it for patients and we want to solve it for the industry. According to the Congressional Budget Office, you know those guys, $290 billion a year are wasted due to medication management. So it's a huge problem. And so we took it as a mission to try and solve that.
When you say $290 billion are lost, who's losing that money? Would it the hospitals, the insurance companies, who, the pharma companies, who?
Essentially, it's everyone, but the pharma companies lose $100 million a year because people don't take their meds, and insurance companies lose because you don't take your meds, you then get readmitted to the hospital, and so on and so forth. So complications.
In case you're thinking what I was thinking, which is how hard is it to take your meds? We're talking about people that take several pills a day, and you know what? Did I take it? Did I not take it? Like, and they're not getting younger.
No, my dad is very cognitively aware. Okay, he's doing well, though he's taking 12 different pills for 30 days, for 30 years.
30 years, wow.
Right? So 30 years, 12 pills a day.
Okay.
Just imagine how repetitive. Did I take it today? Maybe it was
100%, right.
Yeah.
It happens to me sometimes. Okay, so
you founded the company. App for that, by the way.
There's an app for that. You founded the company 6 years ago.
Yeah.
Okay. Talk to me about some numbers, just so you guys understand what kind of attraction and scale we're talking about here. Give me some numbers.
Yeah. We have nearly 5 million registered users on our platform. We have hundreds of thousands of daily active users.
I like the 33% one.
Every third patient worldwide using an app to manage their medications. Every third patient worldwide is a MediSafe user.
Unbelievable. Every third patient using any app is on MediSafe. That's incredible. Okay, and you have some pretty astounding business relationships. I want to focus on one fruit company. Talk to me about that.
So MediSafe was many firsts with Apple. So we were the first one to use HealthKit. We were the first one recently to integrate Apple health records. So that means that as a patient, if you're in the US, you have all your health records integrated with Apple. You click one button and all your meds are inside MediSafe.
So that's really cool that you're integrating with Apple, or you're using Apple's platform to build technology. But let's talk about Apple's love for you. How much does Apple love you guys?
So when Apple released that they're opening health records to the world, the screenshot on their press release was MediSafe.
Love that.
When they launched the Apple Watch 4, they had 3 screenshots on their website, apple.com/watch. And one of the 3 is MediSafe.
Okay, and your app of the day, your feature on the App Store all the time, like all the time.
Every once in a while, yeah.
Right, it's happened to you several times though, and that's driven a lot of traffic your way.
By Apple, and let's not forget Google.
That was the next one I was about to talk about. So that's Apple, warm relationship. Now let's talk about Google, which is even, I don't know if we're allowed to talk about, you can tell me if you want me to cut this out, but Google is even bigger for you.
Yeah, because actually most of our users are Android users.
Which makes sense, market share-wise. I mean, they're massive, obviously.
Yes.
But, okay, and what's your relationship like with Google?
We're good friends.
Buddies, go out to the movies. I mean, you're featured on Google Play all the time also.
Yes, every 3 or 4 months.
Okay, so how big is the company? How many people work there?
We are approaching 50 people now.
50 people in Boston and in Tel Aviv?
Yeah, we have about 2/3 of the companies in Haifa. not Tel Aviv, Haifa.
Oh, whoops.
And the rest are in Boston with me.
Beautiful.
So I actually relocated to Boston about 3 years
Coming
ago.
back though, right?
Every now and then.
No, I'm saying you're going to come back eventually.
Absolutely.
Better.
Especially if you ask my mom.
Okay. And you don't eat steaks like this in Boston. And even if you do, you don't eat them for lunch because we don't eat lunch. Whatever. In Israel, lunch is like the main meal, so we eat steak for lunch. And how much money did you raise?
Raised $24 million and counting.
So that's an impressive number, but much more impressive than the number, much more impressive than the quantity of dollars that you raised is the quality of dollars that you raised. Who are your investors?
So seed was Triventures and Lul.
So Triventures, I'm sorry to interrupt you. You introduced me to Triventures, both Peter and Michal here. Freaking love Triventures, like on so many levels. Honestly, Triventures, you have to check out just look at their portfolio. Anyway, really just out of all the meetings that I had that day in Silicon Valley, Peter Fitzgerald, right? By far the most impressive meeting, nicest guy in the world, like incredibly impressive. And then I met his team here and I understood why they're partners. And Lul Ventures, I mean, how many times? I mean, I've talked about Lul many times. I love Yaniv and Avichai, like amazing guys. Yep. Okay, so that was your seed.
And then Series A was Pitango. Chemi, Itai Arel, who was managing their healthcare, together with Qualcom Ventures, Merav.
Love Qualcom.
And then Series B was Octopus Ventures, which is a huge $6 billion fund.
Where are they based?
At London.
I know. I interviewed. Oh my God, it's so funny. You said it before. I knew I sounded familiar. I know them. Okay, yeah, go on.
And then Merk invested in us as well.
So you got like incredible investors.
Yes.
Like incredible. And talk to me a little bit about, I mean, right now it's an app, MediSafe, that's a premium model. You can download it for free. And like you said, what I loved also, you told me is that all the life-saving kind of features are free. Like you wouldn't charge someone to have their life saved. Then you have a premium model. What would you say is, I mean, by the way, also important to mention, because I had this question before I came here, is, what big deal? So I take notes and remember which pills I took? No, but there's actually much more than that. You're adding layers of content, you're using AI and machine learning, all the buzzwords you can imagine. What's next?
Yeah, so we'll continue to deepen the relationship with patients and add more and more features and functionalities that they want. But most of what we do today is actually on the industry side. So from pharma companies, payers to providers. So we're adding interfaces all across the industry. So you as a patient, you'll think of MediSafe as an app, but the doctor will think of MediSafe as a dashboard that shows him what's happening with all of his patients.
Absolutely.
And the pharma company will think of MediSafe as a solution that shares what's happening in the market, because if you think about a pharma company, they drive blindfolded. They don't really know patients. So we help them understand patients in a much better way.
I'll just say one thing, and I talk about this all the time. If you look at all the winners in tech, right? You name them all. Facebook, Uber, Airbnb, WeWork, all of them. They all have one thing in common. They took something that always existed, but was broken and archaic and basically antiquated and just wasn't a modern experience.
Yeah.
Use technology to just flip it on its head. That's what you guys are doing.
So think of healthcare. Healthcare, you get a pill. The pill is not talking to you, is not engaging with you in any shape or form.
Right.
So pharma companies that work with us, such as Merck and Boehringer Ingelheim and Takeda and Gilead, essentially work with MediSafe to make their drug and healthcare solutions more engaging for patients.
Love it. I love that. That's awesome. That's super cool.
Yeah.
Listen, man, super duper impressive. And I know you have to go in like 3 minutes, but I'm just going to say one thing that I said to you off camera while you were consuming that divine steak. I'm going to say it on camera. Besides the fact that we go way back, besides the fact that, I like you and you help me in major ways, I love the fact that you're actually using technology to save people's lives. So it goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. How are the growth hacks that I told you? Told you some cool growth hacks.
Pretty
do those
awesome.
things. Seriously, do those things.
I'm going for that.
Anything I can do to help, I'm serious. Like, you want to jump on a brainstorming call with your marketing team, just shoot some ideas over, whatever it is. I already have a whole list of intros I'm going to make, but beyond that, just keep me in the back of your head. Maybe Hill can help with that. Shoot me an email and anything I can do. I mean it. Like, I love it, and I'm going to plug you guys in all my talks.
Let's talk about one saving thing.
Okay. Yeah.
So MediSafe, one of the features, about a year ago, we've launched drug-to-drug interaction analysis. So you add all of your meds inside MediSafe. We go through all of your meds and we say, look, this one and this one, there might be an interaction.
Incompatible.
Right? Yes.
Love it.
So through the year, we found 100,000 drug-to-drug interactions, of which 43,000 are major to severe. Just to explain, severe is like Hillel go to the doctor. Something really bad is happening. You should talk to someone and understand what's going on.
43,000.
Yeah, and we've started. So we got about a few dozens of emails and emails
this.
from patients saying, "Dude, you've saved our lives."
Yeah.
So
the best.
pretty awesome place to be at. No?
Yeah, it's like the most satisfying feeling when you're building, gratifying. You're building something that is literally you're saving people's lives, not figuratively and abstract, but actually saving people's lives. That's incredible. Like I said, I'm gonna now add you into my normal kind of punchline of my talks because this is incredible to see. Come back to Israel soon. Let's not wait another 6 years to have steak, and let me know how I can help anytime in the near future. All right, man?
Awesome.
Thank you for your time. I appreciate it. That steak,
Thank
man.
you
That
very
steak. That was a pretty fantastic day. Made it home to light Hanukkah candles with the family, and tomorrow morning, bright and early in Jerusalem, the final recording for the El Al video about Israeli tech. It's going to be awesome. See you then.